Imagine a king who ruled an empire at just 9 years old, only to die mysteriously before his 20th birthday. His name was Tutankhamun, and while his life was short, his legacy is immortal. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of the boy pharaoh and the discovery that stunned the world. Tutankhamun ascended to the throne of Egypt around 1330 BC during a time of immense religious upheaval. His father, the pharaoh Akhenaten, had turned Egypt on its head by abandoning the traditional pantheon of gods to worship a single deity, the sun Tutankhaten. He even moved the capital to a new city. But when the young Tutankhamun, originally named Tutankhaten, became pharaoh, he was guided by powerful advisors like the high priest A and the army general Horemheb. Under their influence, he changed his name to Tutankhamun, meaning living image of Amun, signaling a massive shift back to the old ways. The capital was moved back to Thebes, and the temples of the traditional gods were restored. He was undoing his father's revolution, bringing stability back to the kingdom. But just as his reign was getting started, it ended. At only 18 or 19 years old, Tutankhamun died suddenly, leaving no heir. For centuries, his death was a mystery. Was he assassinated? Early theories pointed to a fracture in his skull, but modern scans show this likely happened during mummification. Was it a chariot accident? He did have numerous fractures, including a badly broken leg. Today, the most accepted theory is a tragic combination of factors. DNA tests reveal he suffered from malaria and likely had a weakened immune system due to inbreeding within the royal family. A severe leg fracture could have become infected, and with his health already compromised by malaria, this combination proved fatal. The boy king's life was cut short not by a conspirator's blade, but by disease and genetic misfortune for over 3,000 years. Tutankhamun was just a minor footnote in history, but that all changed on November 4, 1922. After years of searching the Valley of the Kings, British archaeologist Howard Carter, funded by Lord Carnarvon, stumbled upon a hidden staircase. A few weeks later, Carter made a small hole in a sealed doorway, held up a candle, and peered inside. When Carnarvon anxiously asked, "Can you see anything?" Carter uttered the now famous words, "Yes, wonderful things." He wasn't exaggerating. While other pharaohs' tombs had been plundered by grave robbers long ago, Tutankhamun's was almost perfectly intact inside. Carter's team found over 5,000 priceless artifacts. It was an unprecedented window into the wealth and beliefs of ancient Egypt. There were gilded chariots, intricate furniture, weapons, and even the king's childhood toys. But the true treasures were in the burial chamber. 3 nested coffins, the innermost made of solid gold, held the pharaoh's mummy. And placed over his face was the single most iconic object from ancient Egypt, the stunning golden death mask, crafted from 22 pounds of pure gold and inlaid with precious stones. Of course, you can't talk about Tutankhamun's tomb without mentioning the pharaoh's curse. Shortly after the discovery, Lord Carnarvon died from an infected mosquito bite, and newspapers went wild with stories of a deadly curse on anyone who disturbed the tomb. But was it real? Scientifically, there's no evidence. Many who entered the tomb lived long, healthy lives, including Howard Carter himself, who died of natural causes 17 years later. The curse was a media sensation, but nothing more. In the grand scheme of Egyptian history, Tutankhamun's reign was brief and his political impact limited. He was a boy king who spent his life correcting the radical changes made by his father. Yet, thanks to the miraculous preservation of his tomb, he has become the most famous pharaoh of all time. His treasures have toured the world, captivating millions and offering us a direct link to a civilization that vanished millennia ago. Tutankhamun, the boy king, may have had a short life, but his golden legacy has granted him eternity. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more journeys into the past. See you next time.